how to do it. Let me show you how to do it.
Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to be installing my Active 2.0. This is a 5-piston pro pump pressure washer for your car. So I'm going to be installing this. Also I got this reel that I got from Amazon, and this is the hose. Now with the Active 5 2.0, it does come with a hose. You know, it's just a shorter hose and might not be suitable for you, so I got a 50-foot. Now you just have to make sure you get a steel braided hose. You know, there are super expensive one out there as well that you can buy, but you know, mine is only going to be used for residential purposes, so I don't really have to spend like, you know, $300-400 on a hose. So I just end up getting this one from Amazon. It was a lot cheaper. I think it was like around 50 bucks. Same thing with the reel. So I'm going to leave the links in the description below. I did some research before purchasing these, so I know these are decent quality, you know, for our regular home use. If you are a professional and you use your equipment all day long, you may want to invest in something more expensive. You know, again, you know, it's totally up to you. So but Active 2.0, it's a very famous, you know, one of the best ones out there. I know a lot of people complain that, you know, these units have issues, but you know what, it's anything out there right now, you know, you can have issues with, right? So if you're using this for a commercial purpose, you know, this is probably not made for that. You know, this is made for residential use, so it will last you a lot longer if you're regularly washing your cars and things like that, right? So, you know, for me, you know, that's my fleet right there, so I just wash it like, you know, once in a while. But you know, so I'll be okay with that. You know what, if I'm using this, you know, 5-6 hours a day, then of course this is not designed to do that, because what happens is, like, you know, you put a lot of stress on the pump, and that's when the pump goes bad, and these are not repairable. They do have other expensive version, which in case if the pump goes bad, you know, you can open up the pump and fix it, repair it, and it'll give you another life. But anyways, enough about this. The way I'm going to be installing it is going to be on this side of the garage. So I'm going to put a shelf right here, and I'm going to put it on the shelf and maybe have the reel at the bottom, so it's easier for me to just pull the hose and wash it. And then I'm probably going to connect it to my water softener system. So let's get started. So I'm using this plywood, and I kind of measured it from there to there, and it's 23. So I'm gonna probably cut a shelf and use these brackets to install that shelf. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this and see, you know, what size do I really need. So I know how far I have to cut this, because I know my width is good, so I just need to cut it right from here, so to make it shorter. Okay, let's see what comes inside the box. Okay. Connectors, looks like. Okay, this is the gun. So some people, they prefer to have a smaller gun. I'm probably going to invest in that later, but for right now, that's all I have. And these are the different types of molding for the gun. So this is all the gun stuff. Oh, this is a spray bottle as well. Nice. Foam cannon, I should call it. Okay, let's see what's in here. Okay, so this is the hose that I was talking about, and you can see this is steel braided. So I'm going to use this. So put it on the side. This is the actual pump. Here's the pump itself, you can see. Nice. This is where you stick all those different types of nozzles. Pretty long cable. I don't think I'm going to use this long. So I kind of measured the width of this thing and see, like, how much room do I need to have a platform to sit on it properly and safely. And I think if I do like about 1 foot, it will be enough, for me to sit this on there and maybe have like a small platform that I can put, right in front of it, so I can stabilize it so it doesn't move with the vibration. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, but this is what I'm doing. So this from here to here is about 1 foot, and I'm just cutting this piece. This distance doesn't really matter depending on how much room do you have in your wall, so I'm just using the full platform. It's like 23 inches, but you guys can use, the pump is up to like here, so whatever works for you guys, I think that's okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut that part. So safety first, put your glasses on. I got my gloves on, and I already have a guide, so it's just nice and straight. I already put a mark there, so it's nice and exact size I need. Make sure the cord is away. Okay, so this is going to be my setup, as you can see, and this is just sitting over there. Another thing I did was I did grind the wood just so it doesn't have any sharp edges, and it's just nice and smooth, so you can take any 320 sandpaper. I in fact did it with the 40 and then 120 and then a 320 to make it more refined. I may paint it later or varnish it, whatever, but it just makes it much nicer. So now I can put my hand there and it's very nice and smooth. Okay, so next thing is the reel. So this is the reel I got, and as you can see, it comes with a nice hose, and this is steel braided, which is pretty nice. High pressure hydraulic hose. Okay, so looks very nice and sturdy. Now I just have to make sure where I'm going to be mounting this, because this goes underneath. So I just have to be careful to make sure I have enough room for me to mount this guy. So let's try this. And it seems like if I mount this like this, it will go perfect. So I don't see any issues. So I'm going to go ahead and mount the top first, and then I should be able to just mount the bottom without any issues. So that's why it's much easier if you lay it out. If you need to change the orientation, you can also do that depending on where you're putting your hose. So we'll see how that goes. So let's get it started. Okay, so here you can see I kind of put it right here, and sorry I couldn't record it, but I just kind of put it, I installed this section first on the ground, on a level surface, just like I showed you earlier. I put the screws in, and then I just put it here and mark my holes. And now I'm just, I drilled it already on the concrete. This is what I used to drill it on the concrete. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below. These are the best masonry drill bits that you can find. They don't break and last you forever. So again, link in description below. This is a concrete wall, so it's much easier on a concrete wall because all you have to do is drill, and it holds pretty much any weight, So that's all I'm doing right now. I already drilled a hole. I just have to put the screws in, and I'll be done. And then I can just go ahead and paint it, whatever I want to do. And I'm ready to mount anything. Basically the pressure washer on here, and then I'll go ahead and mount the reel on the bottom. Okay, the shelf is installed. Nice and sturdy. And now let's see. There you go. There's plenty of room. And what I'm going to do is later on, once I use it, I'm going to install a piece of wood, something like this, cut it and mount it, maybe like this, to keep it in place so it doesn't move out or fall down. I saw that in fact in a video, and that was pretty cool. That's my main reason for using wood, is so I can, have stuff, customize it the way I want it, drill stuff on there if needed. So this is nice and done. So now we're going to go ahead and install the reel at the very bottom. And for that, here is the reel. So I'm going to decide which way I want it. So it all depends on how you're taking your hose and which way is the better way. So we'll figure that out. I think it's probably better this way. Or if you want to hide the reel, it can go this way. Either way. So all I have to do is just use these 4 holes and mount it. Okay, so the reel comes with all the fittings that you need, and you know, it comes with all these connectors. That's the good thing about it. All you have to do is just put some Teflon tape and tighten it up, and the handle also is on this side, so you cannot really install it on that side. So there's only one way you can install it, is this way. So now you can flip it if you have to go the other way around, and this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, so here is how I installed it. Use some washers. You know, this does not come with the kit. It comes with a different type of screw, but since I have a concrete wall, I decided to use anchors and do a sturdy installation since I'm adding a 50-foot hose. So it always helps in the long run. And this is the hose that I connected to my 2.0. So I just kind of rerouted that. You know, this stays firm, so I just put a holder there, you know, just so you don't have any stress on this coming over here. Here's the final installation. As you can see, everything is nice and connected. This is the pipe going to the intake. I have it buckled up. This is the final pipe that I have connected, and this is the hose that I have it connected to. So I have a constant supply. I don't need to worry about connecting this. And then I have this thing that kind of connects right here, and this is my cord, and this is where I connect my gun. Okay, so a few more enhancements that I did. As you can see, I installed a power cable, power connector right there, so I can easily connect it instead of running a big hose, and I just coiled it up. And now everything is connected to this outlet. So this is an outlet. I already had that thing over there, so I just connected an extension. And this is another project that I did, which also helped me because now I have 2, and these are on 2 separate breakers. So a nice feed. Here is the wood that I was talking about earlier that I installed, and this just kind of keeps it in place. And on the wall side, I just put this foam cushion thing on this side, so this thing is not kind of, you know, it's just gonna form in place, and it's not like, you know, scrubbing against the wall. Everything else is pretty good. You know, I normally just disconnect this from here. I drain the water out every time I'm done using the machine, because you don't want to leave the water in, especially if you're using it for your home purpose. You might not be using it every day, so you know, draining it out of water is a better solution. It will last your pump a lot longer. Your pump will last a lot longer because you don't want the water just to be sitting in there and rotting. So, you know, this has been pretty good. You know, I've been using it for almost 6 months now. A few other stuff that I purchased is this thing. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. This was the best 20 bucks I ever invested, because, you know, I can leave all these connectors right there, and I can connect my guns right there. And this is a smaller, shorter gun that I invested on. It's by Chemical Guys, and man, this is the best that I, you know, purchased. They also have one for Active 2.0, a gun. I have not tried that one. That one was a little bit more expensive. This was more budget friendly, but it's still quality stuff. So I decided to go with this, and I've been using it for a while, and I've been very happy, in fact. And the foam cannon, you know, one of them came with the Active 2.0, but I didn't want to use that. I already had this one. This is a much nicer, professional one. Maybe I can show you guys. This is by MJJC Foam Cannon Pro, and they make great products. So this is what I'm using. And that's the good part about this is, sorry, it's kind of hard to do without with one hand, but you can connect these things, and they're staying in place. It's not going anywhere. And I think I already showed I have a constant supply of water where I can turn it off and on right from here. So, you know, overall, I'm loving this setup, and it has been working great for me, and I love this. I was able to accomplish all this for a lot less. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you guys can make the purchase and have this kit available to you. I don't need to purchase the whole build kit that people are selling. This is stuff you can just buy it on your own from Amazon, and you know, make your own stuff. No need to buy those expensive kits that they sell for hundreds of dollars. Not worth it in my opinion. You know, I've been using this for many months now, and it's been working great. Just make sure every time you're done using it to coil it up, drain the water out, and that will last you a lot longer. So highly recommend that. All right guys, thanks for watching. Please, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It always helps my channel. And like the video. Thanks for watching.